Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Pluto back in with another video. And today, man, we're gonna talk about how I think Spider-Man needs some more love, bro. I'm gonna keep it a beam. Them taking away the symbiote team up, and then what I'm saying, how his amazing combo got nerfed. I think it's about time we touched up on Spider-Man a little bit more. Now I know it's one of those characters where it's they take skill this down to third, but the expectations for the average Spider-Man is literally insane. I was in a game with a old head and his little 3-stack, right? As soon as I equipped the Spider-Man, because I am a Spider-Man main, I've been a Spider-Man main ever since season 0. And every Spider-Man main knows this feeling. Whenever people see you equip the character in the pre-game, ranked or quick play, because it doesn't matter at this point. People just spaz and practice AI, you know what I'm saying? Quick play, it can be anywhere. But I was playing rank with this old head and his little 3 teammates, right? And they all sounded like married, I don't know, like couples. Besides the third one, sounded like someone's mom on the mic. Damn near, she need to go put her kids away. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, when they saw me try to ban a support, because support ults are goddamn broken. Besides Rockin' and Jeff, I mean, Jeff is okay with Storm with the team up, but without Storm team up, his ult's way too situational. But I'm not really here to debate on the best ults in the game. We already know what is up there for support ults. But you know what I'm saying? When I was loading in and I equipped the Spider-Man, they all started groaning. They're like, "Oh, a Spider-Man," and I'm like, "Huh." I wonder why they just hate me off rip. I just equipped the character. I don't think anyone else gets this type of hate whenever they equip a certain character. Besides, maybe Black Widow. But people know Black Widow's so bad. They already know, when you equip her, it's like a way to being like, "Oh, I'm throwing damn near." But the thing is, the way I look at Spider-Man's strength now, especially the symbiote, suit is gone. Not the suit, but the team up is gone. I really feel like Spider-Man is very weak. I think he's bottom 3. I've seen someone make a tier list, and you might think this is influential, but I've seen their tier list be bottom 3 with DPS in the game, by the way. It was Spider-Man, BP, and Magic, I think. Magic was the last one, I think. That was borderline unplayable because of the amount of counters, bro. That the DPS, well, not the DPS, but the dive really takes nowadays. The only dive you can really rock with nowadays is maybe Captain America or Cyrock. I'm not gonna lie. Besides that, it's fucking keys, bro. I'm not gonna lie. There's no other point, what I'm saying, to play any other, the rest of the other, divers. So when the back of my mind, I'm like, huh, maybe they didn't like my character because it's quote unquote weak. But while we were playing, you know what I'm saying, every little 2 things, they would just make comments. Besides me banning one of the supports I wanted to ban was, I think, Sue. No, it's Cloak and Dagger. Sue or Cloak and Dagger, or maybe we got both out the game. Very strong, impactful ults, by the way. And I'm like, huh, maybe they're just mad about that. But tell me why we're losing and I'm swinging around trying to get picks off with I'm hitting my tracers and shit like that, trying to get picks off with their support. Sometimes I will pull the tanks, towards the team or away from their team. And tell me why they're like, "Oh, wonder why we're struggling." Guess who they called up first, bro? Is the reason why we're doing quote unquote bad. Guess, chat. Guess. They said Spider-Man, and I'm swinging around. I'm like, huh? Why he say fuck me for? I'm just swinging around, and they're like, "Oh, Spider-Man, get a kill, get a pick." And I'm like, you know what? Their mics are, saying terrible, and they really, started moving. So fuck, I had to pick up my mic and say okay, why are we on my case, bro? Why are we on my? First of all, You guys are dying every 5 seconds. I don't have a team out there. I'm damn near swinging around at 1 HP. But for some reason, they blamed me. And at the time, my stats was like maybe, if I don't remember, maybe like, if I don't remember, maybe 5 and 6, 4 and 3, maybe 4 and 5. I don't know. But I was getting like minuscule like kills, to be honest. Right? So I'm like, all right, if y'all heal me, you know what I'm saying, it'll be way more easier. But they're like, oh no, get a kill. Spidermn, you suck. They're just hollering my name. And I'm like, why you say fuck me for? Back of my mind, I'm like, all right, bet. Second round hits, I don't die. I only maybe die like once. And the thing is, it's that one map, the Venom map, right? Where you're pushing the cart and shit. And we're on defend, right? We gotta hold that first point. Where's attack and, you know, defend. And tell me why after that situation happened, where, you know, I didn't die that second round, because we went to third round, we tied it up somehow. I'm gonna be honest, probably because I carried. But when I was bippity booping, right, cooking that second round, the third round, chat, I noticed I was getting less heals, and I had to play way more safer. I had to swing back to get a health pack, because apparently the expectation for Spider-Man is we will not heal you mid-fight. You have to get the health packs, bro. You need to get the health packs. And God forbid you're juggling on one fucking web swing like me. It's something else. And then tell me why when we're doing horrible as a team, by the way, that third round. And then at the very end, the old man just starts yelling and hollering in his own house. Mind you, it's evening. It's damn near like maybe 9 or 10 in the evening, the night, bro. So I'm like, bro, you a grown man, like, you know what I'm saying all this shit, blah blah blah. I went a little bit back and forth with him. I know I should have never, you know what I'm saying, went back and forth with the old geezer. And then I said something, I'm like, oh, shut up, old man. Right? He was like, what? Well, how old are you? And I'm like, bro, if I gotta really explain my age to a grown ass old man, brother, first of all, I was not finna do that. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can call me scary, this, that, and the third, but I'm not finna reveal my age to him like I'm one of his kids. Because the second he realizes I'm young, because you can clearly hear it in my voice, unless you're one of those people that are like, oh, your voice is deep, you must be 50. Like, no, bro. Trust me, gang. No, I'm not that old. But I'm surprised he didn't really try to guess my age type shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that entire time it puzzled me. I'm like, before the second round and the third round, I asked them why y'all hating on Spidermn. We just can't do nothing to satisfy y'all, huh? It's just always something with us. They're like, oh, well, you're just Spider-Man. You just, like, if you're not good, you're not good. And I'm just like, okay, wow. Like, in the back of my mind, because I had replayed this in the back of my mind. Even the game ended, I think I dipped off to go do something else. But I'm just like, huh. Ain't that kind of weird how we have a stereotypical? Because I don't know, like, you would think, you know, Spider-Man would be loved because goddamn he's loved in Marvel. Why not in game? And part of like the reason can be like, oh, the Rivals community is toxic. It's always something, you know what I'm saying? Always arguing and bickering and name calling and throwing, you know what I'm saying? Sending at a point and throwing. And it's like, I don't know, bro. Like, and I don't know if they need to like be more penal. They need to penalize the people that are throwing or, you know, doing his fits, bro. But they need to get on that. But another thing I wanted to touch up on is another reason why I want this rework to happen, chat. Because even not even the old heads, it's just people in general. They just don't like Spider-Man. Like, even like I joined a whole TikTok live the other day. I was scrolling for sounds, right? Tell me why this young lady, like my age type shit, she talking about, oh my god, it's a Spider-Man. I'm like, for that 5 seconds, I'm like, Let me watch the clip. Why does she hate Spider-Man? You know? I ask her, why do you, you know, see why you hating on Spidey? She's like, you gotta be a Lord Spider-Man, this, that, and the third. You better act like a Lord. Lord don't mean nothing. This, that, and the third. Oh, the Spider-Man better be good, because most Spider-Mans on our team are ass. This, that, and the third. I'm like, huh. I mean, you didn't have to say it like that. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're terrible. I don't think the average is terrible or bad, but y'all got to keep in mind this character takes skill. I didn't say all that. I was just like in the back of my mind, I'm like, ain't that kind of interesting? She says they better be good. In the back of my mind, whenever people start talking down to Spidermn, because it happens to me all the time. Like if I don't have a perfect 50 and 8 game, it's damn near like I'm the worst Spider-Man on earth. Like you have to pay picture perfect, and Lord forbid you get a flyer, a healer that you have to get rid of, and they expect you to protect backline and do that with no heals, no snowflake, no nothing. Bounce back between health packs and this, that, and the third. So when I really bring up these changes, you guys, honestly, you guys are my chat. Do I get actual chat? But this entire point of the rework this is for the Spider-Mans, you know what I'm saying, that need that higher damage, that need that extra oomph, for people to really respect the character, and for the character to be more accessible, because the damage you gotta put into one combo and it can just be erased like that. Because I know y'all seen them clips on TikTok where there'll be a Spider-Man comboing this one Atom or Cloak and Dagger or Luna Snow. It could be whoever. It don't gotta be that one person. It could just be them, another healer on their hip. They get hit once, all your cooldowns are gone. You have to either leave because the team is gonna peel back on your ass, or B, you'll die because you're made out of glass. And keep in mind, you have to keep a mental note in the back of your mind of your cooldowns, because it's not like Black Panther or like Psylocke where you can just dash in and out and you have like low cooldowns and you can get your cooldowns back quicker. And even if you're low or something, you have a certain advantage. The only advantage Spider-Man has is just mobility, but even then there is some hit scan characters that can literally erase that ability in general. And I know there's techs where you can move at Mach 50, but even like those little techs where you're able to do damage and grab people off the map, them shit's hard as fuck to pull. And mind you, there was a time period between 1.5 season and 2.0, well not 2.0, but between 1.5 and season 2, where Spider-Man was banned every game. And I'm like, why? And now the new turbo ban is BP, and I'm like, why? This man gets countered by everything. One sneeze, one water drop, one look damn near. You can't even use your cooldowns. It's gone. Or either that you're dead. You one misstep, one miss shot, or one miss dash, it's GG's. And I feel like it's the same way with Spider-Man, because the way Spider-Man works, and I get it, there's times where I get that bread and butter combo and I'm out of there, but there's so many times where it's so easy to be punished if you don't hit your shots, if you're not at the right positioning. And I know it's common sense, that's how you be a good player and all, but like even like quick play or just any other mode, it shouldn't be, no character should be that hard or that punishing to the point where like mentally you have to go through getting bashed every game. Mentally you gotta understand your ult fucking sucks. Mentally you have to understand you're not gonna do that much damage, because I'm pretty sure his webs do like 30 damage, bro, and then the punch is 25. Like, what are we doing? But yeah, hopefully this rework will lower this the stereotypes, make the character just easier as fuck to play in general, and bring a smile to the Spider-Man mains faces without getting dunked on every 5 seconds. Because if you're not with a 5 stack or a 4 stack, best believe the randoms do not like you, bro. They do not like you. Alright, for my first buffs, I would give the little regular ability, the web swing, the movement off the rip. I would give infinite movement. Because in my personal opinion, it kind of makes no sense how Peter's webs are limited. He's supposed to be Spider-Man, not regular dude with web swingers. Let's be for real. Can we bring it back to like the old, like, what was those Spider-Man movies called? Editor Puto, please put the name at the bottom or at the top, whatever. There was I forgot, I think it's Spider-Man Ramsey films? Where there was a version of Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, thank you. My brain, bro. I had to lock in for a second. Why is my console making all types of noises? Anyway, I feel like every Spider-Man should have infinite webs, because there was a time there was a type of Spider-Man, and I know some Spider-Man have the web swinger, the web swingers, no matter what. And it's not as infinite, and it's kind of limited. That's why they always make that joke where they gotta refill, or sometimes it gets disabled. But when I'm thinking of Spider-Man, I'm not thinking of Spider-Man that's like only has 5 webs, bro. What do you think Peter Parker's gonna do? What is Miles Morales gonna do? What is Miguel gonna do? Or Gwen gonna do? Or Penny gonna do with 5 webs, bro? And a hand-to-hand combat. Like, I know this shit not real and it's a game, bro, and there's gotta be some balances, but I want to keep it a beam. Y'all might look at me crazy for, you know what I'm saying, making this first buff, but make the web swing infinite, bro. Because when you think of Spider-Man, you don't think, oh, I gotta wait for my web swing to come back. Hold on, bro. I only have 3 of these, bro. Because I feel like when you're Spider-Man, you should be Spider-Man. You should have infinite webs, no matter the situation. Even if it's like a weaker web or just less damage web, whatever. But I feel like we should have infinite webs no matter what. But the trade-off, because this is a rework, can't have Spider-Man 2 broken now. But y'all might look at me crazy and think half of these changes is kind of broken. The trade-off would be he can't animation cancel. And when I mean animation cancel, I mean like web sling. You know, the little regular web swing, and then you uppercut, or you do the web cluster to kick yourself out of animation. You move Mach 50. That's how you do the speed glitch, by the way. You're welcome. It's not gonna really do much besides help you run away. Unless if you're good at aiming, then you can just drag people off the map, or just do a drive-by like your boy. But honestly, infinite webs, web swinging, web zipping. But where the trade-off is we can't animation cancel. I don't know how they're gonna code it so we can't do that, but I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Because if that was the case, where you can infinitely swing around and then cancel, swing around, cancel, swing around, cancel, move at Mach 50, he's gonna be the new Hella, but just moving at Mach 50, bro. We don't need that. We don't need that. Honestly, yeah, that's it. Honestly, that's the easy as pie. So we can have that reliable movement. We don't have to be like, oh shoot, I'm out of web, so I'm just forced to get like ulted. Because sometimes there's times where we have to move more than twice, and like just juggling that one web, bro, is it's not a good look. Anyway, melee. The regular punch is 25, how I said, and then the last kick is 40. Honestly, I'll keep the melee the same. I don't want him to be fighting like Bruce Willis, goddamn Iron Fist Part 2. I don't want to have Iron Fist with movement. I'm not trying to deal with that. He already have decent movement already, bro. I'm not a fan of it, but he already got his own type of movement. Now the web clusters. Normally it is 5. The cooldown is 3 seconds, right? Normally the damage is 30. I think that's not enough. I think we should buff that to either maybe 40, 50. And y'all gonna look at me crazy when I say this. No cooldowns with the web clusters. No cooldowns at all. When I mean Spider-Man, I mean it. And I think Spider-Man needs this damage buff because too many people look at him as, why are you playing him? Like, why are you're throwing my elo if you're playing Spider-Man? Because the damage he doesn't really got that crazy damage burst. Like, it can be fast, but the thing is, it can be countered, or he can be shoved away or contested. I feel like he should be able to dive, um, supports, and tanks at the same time. Not consistently, but if he wanted to be frontline, kind of like Magic, I feel like he should have that. I feel like if he really wanted to fight frontline like Magic, I feel like he should be able to, but not like consistently because he would die. By the way, because he's 250. I don't think people realize how easy to get rid of a 250 character is. Because no joke, it's not that hard. It really isn't. Especially how Hela exists, bro. If Hela's able to do this damage, I think Spider-Man should have 50 damage web clusters, bro. I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna lie. Even if it's not headshot damage, like it's cool. 50 or 40, I'll take it, bro. But the thing is with Spooter, those little web clusters stack. Keep in mind, when we do these damage buffs, it should not stack. The damage buff should not stack at all, no matter what. And I think it's safe to say to not put him any team ups where he's a damage anchor. That's forever gone. We're not doing that. Yeah, and I think we should be good, honestly. And then we have the secondary move, the secondary special move, the get over here. Normally it's a 7-second cooldown, but like I said, all the web moves, no cooldowns, brother. No cooldowns. Like I said, does 50 damage. Maybe we can dial it back to 35. 35, brother. 35. All right, hear me out. 35 damage. Because the amount of times, because now this is our, like, the average Spiderman, man, this is our bread and butter. The fucking web cluster to the get over here, web cluster melee into the uppercut, bro. That's the main combo that we have to like literally stick to using. And mind you, we have to play patient. If we rush in, oh yeah, we're taking so much damage, we might even die. So yeah, I think we should buff the damage, no cooldowns, of course. And I think we should be good at that point right there. Now, his third special, the amazing combo, the uppercut move. I'm not gonna say buff the range, but I think instead of the no cooldowns, because it's not webs, I think he should get an extra amazing combo. Give him a third one. You know what I'm saying? Give him an extra charge. The range is not that big, and I think Spooter should be more of a menace, more of a threat. Because in every other Marvel comic, besides him being like immortal, this man hits hard. Y'all don't realize there's this one latest comic where he shatters Logan's jaw, bro. And isn't his bone made out of like indestructible material? Like, come on, bro. I feel like we should have moments where Peter Parker does not hold out no matter the case. And if they incorporate this stuff like Miles, you know what I'm saying? Of course, dial it back with the damage, but the average Spiderman hits hard, bro. Like, there's a reason why this man Peter holds back. Because if he didn't hold back, oh my god, he'd be moving like a Viltrumite. But the difference is he can't fly. I mean, technically he can fly, but not like without the web. The webs, you know. Anyway, yeah, I think we should get a extra charge, to be honest, because I don't want to do damage. If we do damage, that's gonna be insane. Damage with it, that's gonna be well, too much of a damage with it, that's gonna be insane. Now it's passive, the Spidey sense. I tested this a couple times. The way it works, it's very random, but I'm pretty sure if you stand next to that enemy, it takes 2 seconds for the game to scan and recognize the code and be like, oh, well, this someone's right next to you, Spider-Man. Even though you can literally hear whoever. It can be the Thing, Jeff the Land Shark, Storm. It can be literally anyone. And keep in mind, everyone in this game has a sound effect. So what is the point of a Spidey sense if it activates in 2 meters? Stop it, brother. The buff I would give would be, it should be up to 20 meters because it's the Spidey sense. Come on, bro. He sees things before it happens sometimes. And if it's an indirect, like like attack towards him or like coming towards him, that should also activate too, in my personal opinion. Yeah, any directional shots, he should get a notification. Spidey sense activate, because Spidey sense in this game is so bad. Because in like the games, the movies, literally everywhere else, it's way more stronger. But Rivals, it's like we're going back in time. I don't get it. Now with this Spider-Man rework, Spidey is getting another skill, another ability. It's called the sticky wet wrap, whatever you want to call it. The sticky wrap, whatever you call it. Basically, think of it as a crossbow type of shotgun, not damage wise, but like charging it up, that type of system. So think of it like, well, yeah, crossbow. That explained it perfectly. Sorry. So you hold, I don't know what button it would be. It can be R1, left click, whatever. With the regular, whatever button's the whip cluster, you hold that button with the get over here button. The longer you hold it, you know, the longer they're stuck, the longer they're stunned, you can say. Because it's kind of weird how, you know, Spidey can't really get people like sticky and stuck or like stunned besides ult. That's kind of weird to me. Besides like the get over here, but even then that's like half a second, maybe a second at most, bro. It's not doing too much, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it's not really a real stun. Besides the ult, I think Spidey should have a automatic stun to his kit without ulting. Besides the, you know, get over here, because that's literally half a second. That's not really a real stun. That's just like a little mini CC, bro. That's not a real stun, bro. But the longer you hold the web wrap, kind of how he wraps up his villains and ties them up to the little pole in the comics. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't want to sound too zesty because someone might want to take down this video. But the longer you hold it, you know what I'm saying, the longer the stun and the web wrap, the animation will be there. It'll be the same like web wrap animation when Spidey, you know, gets done ulting on somebody but they don't die, and they have the little animation where they're stuck. It'll be that type of, that's, you know, that's what I'm going for. But yeah, you know, 25 seconds cooldown. Yeah, just you know, a little automatic stun that Spidey actually needs. Because I feel like if Scorgo's able to stun that way, it has literally 2 stuns. I think Spidey should have another stun ability that's actually gonna stun you. Anyway, now we're on to the ultimate. The spectacular spin lasts around 4 to 5 seconds. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, I'll do, you know, I'll edit it in. This is how long it lasts. But it's the ult lasts very short, and it's very bad. Back up with the spectacular spin, the way it works, it's basically like a barrage of webs. It's a damage ult and a web stun ult, right? But the thing is about this ult, it is not CC immune. You can get stunned out of it, kicked out of it, damaged out of it. You're not invisible. You're not immortal. You know, pretty standard stuff. You can get rid of the ult very easily. And mind you, ults in this game, you have to build them up. No matter how fast they come out of the woodworks, you still have to build them up. And I think the way Spidey's ult is, and I know it's like, oh, catch it by surprise, that's how you get the ult to go off. I think no, because everything in this game counters him. A Sue push, a Wanda stun, a Magneto ult, support ults, Jeff's ult, even Rocket ults counters you, bro. Like, you can get whipped up by Penny. Anything can stun you in this game, or just kill you. If the whole team just says, you know what, we're not getting stunned, we're just getting damaged, just shoot at Spider-Man and he will definitely die. I know he gets 500 health when he's ulting base kit, like if he hasn't gotten touched, but overall he gets 250 extra health. That's not enough. That's not enough to justify ult, in my personal opinion. It makes no sense. You were extremely vulnerable, and your damage is not that good. Like, I get it, you get the stun, but that stun does not last more than 2 seconds, or even a second. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure when you did the don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man, that shit only lasts like maybe a second and a half. That shit's like held together like Elmer's glue, bro. That shit is garbaggio beans. I think, and this is my buff, I think, because the way the ult works, it doesn't web stun you at all. Like, it web stuns you at the end when you take the 250 damage if you're a tank, or if you just survive it through pure getting out healed, right? Or just not like dying in general. You can still get webbed up, but it will take some time, like at the end of the ult. But this time, the way I would buff it is when he hit the what the fuck am I saying? When he hit the, what am I talking about, bro? When he hits his ult, all right, everyone in that area is automatically stunned, automatically webbed up. There's no damage, then web. No, it's automatically web, and then damage. Continuous damage. Maybe you can turn down the damage. I won't mind. Yeah, actually, yeah, turn down the damage a little bit. But when he's in that barrage of hitting webs, because that when he's hitting those webs, his animation is changing. He's turning blue, his regular colors. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if he's moving that fast, he should be able to web. And it's Peter Parker, bro. He's gonna know how to web and stun you at the same time. I feel like when he's also in that web, he should get 0 frames, so CC immune. And I think we should get a bigger range increase, because that range increase is so horse dog doo-doo butt bunch. They need to buff that range. I think the range should be buffed to like maybe 5 or 10 meters, somewhere around like Strange's ult, range. Yeah, so I think his ult should, like, as soon as he pops it, like, he should be able to be CC immune, just how like Star-Lord would hit his backflip. Because if Star-Lord, like, that doesn't make any sense. How does Star-Lord and Spider-Man have a similar like animation color, but the difference is Spider-Man gets damage, but he doesn't? That don't make no sense to me. Logically, I feel like he should get the same treatment if he's gonna hit the backflip, because I know the barrage is different, but if he's able to backflip anything in that short time, then I feel like Spider-Man should get his. All right, team ups. The only team ups with Spider-Man is Squirrel Girl and Peter Parker. That's it. That is the only team ups he has in the game. I think that's very poor. I think that's very poor team ups. And I've seen the fiery web thing. We still gotta test and see what that's like. But I think I would give him more team ups, because he has more bonds with more people in this game. Like, the fact that he doesn't have a team up with Penny Parker is mind blowing. So the team ups would be Penny and Iron Man. Iron Man's a no-brainer. He's been an Avenger, bro. he's been an Avenger, you know what I'm saying? Penny literally comes for Parker's Industries, bro. Stop playing. That's in the comics. And plus, he's one of the most worshipped, Spider-Man to ever like grace the suit, bro. So the fact that they're not together is insane, because she's literally using his tech and his own, you know what I'm saying? I feel like his future self would try to work with his past self and be like, hey Penny, give this to past me if you ever run into me, you know what I'm saying, me. Because damn near that's his daughter, bro. At that point, they're blood related, bro. I don't care what no one says. They're damn near blood related, bro. Don't even try to, you know what I'm saying, try to pack one up on me, because it makes sense. I feel like they should have a team up. So the Penny team up with Peter would be, and it would be called Parker Industries, of course. Peter would get these Doc Ock like claws on his back, kind of like No Way Home, right? I think it would be an explosive web bomb, kind of like, well, mind bomb, kind of like what's her name's ability, kind of like Squirrel's web ability. I don't know how I forgot her name. I think when Peter throws it, if anyone's within ranges like that spider web bomb, they will get stunned, and they should have a mine strapped to it, so it would just blow up. And I think it makes sense because I don't know like, and also forgot to say the spider claws would work like Psylocke's shurikens, right? Not going in and out, but the poke factor kind of, actually no, it would be more like of Penny. It'll be like Penny's ult, right? You can either use the mines or use the little spider arms, right? You poke the spider arms, the more you poke, you know what I'm saying, the better the shield. And I think this would be a perfect team up for Penny and Spidey, because let's be honest, bro, I think Spidey should have more things to be way more annoying and way more viable. Because even like people are like, oh, Spider-Man's already annoying. No, not really. He can get stunned, pushed, this, that, and the third, and he has to either swing away, web them, uppercut, you know what I'm saying, just to get a little bit of distance, just to throw them off. That's the only way you can bother somebody, literally, is by like hitting them with the most lowest damage damn near. Like, if I'm not wrong, I feel like Pete and Cap have damn near like the same type of like damage. The only difference is Cap hits like a goddamn pillow. Pete hits like little baby rocks. Like, it's weird. Like, I know a rock will hurt, but like it's a little baby rock. It's not gonna do that much. Like, it'll do damage, but it won't do that much damage. Y'all get what I'm saying? So I feel like, and plus I think he needs that DPS burst damage potential that every other DPS gets. It kind of blows me that he's not really that much cared for or loved, and he's just left to just aim, literally just aim. And I get it, that's the name of the game, it's a hero shooter, but I feel like you should have a little bit more to really bring onto the table, because there's a lot more other characters can do. I don't think it should just be one character should have one-dimensional type of playstyle, because it really just feels one-dimensional. And even when it's one-dimensional, it feels like very fucking weak, like very bare bones, base kit wise. So that would be my team up with Peter. With Peter and Penny. My second team up with Tony and Parker team up, it would be like the Parker and Peter, not Parker and Peter, sorry. It would be like I Love You 3000 or Parker and Stark Industries collaboration or whatever. I don't know what you would call it, big fella. I'm not the name of these things. I'm just thinking of the ideas. I don't really think of the names. I'm not gonna lie. But Pete would get another ability, passive ability. It would be the ability would be a tracer. The little web tracer would be revealed to everyone. Tony will be able to see when you're about to ult. And also with that, you'll get insta kill mode. Insta kill mode would be your passive. And the way it would work would be like anyone that would try to get near you with it, and when I mean near you, I mean they have to be like right in front of your face, like 2 meters. They are instantly going to be hit with insta kill mode. Insta kill mode is basically, he'll get this the whatchamacallit, the mechanical claws that Iron Man, Iron Man didn't. Yeah, Iron Man didn't make the Doc Ock, claws, but you would get the claws, and just like the Doc Ock fight, not the Doc Ock fight, the end game fight, it would be insta kill mode. You'll get the little claws in the back. Anyone that's near you and it'll activate passively will get poked, and every time they get poked, right, you get like, let's say 5 to 10 shield anytime. But the way this passive turns off is when Peter attacks. If Peter attacks, if he's in the middle of running away, and so let's say maybe Mr. Fantastic came over to try to grab him, right, to do a little hump move, the insta kill would activate, pushing him off to 30 damage. every time they would get, near you, 2 meters. And I think it would be nice to be able to get away, because there's times where people are on you and you can't get away, and someone will try to stun you and get close to you and try to melee you, and this will probably counter the Hulks or the brawl characters. I'll try to like come at you, and it'll be less punishing for the counters, of course. But hey, man, yeah, I think personally it's very needed. Because I don't know, when Spidey gets in those situations where he's getting crowded by multiple brawlers, it's like a damn near death sometimes, and I feel like it would work that way. Another thing with kill mode, by the way, I forgot to add in, if he's getting surrounded and people are meleeing him, everyone in the area will get pushed by the claws, like straight up shoved, and he'll get 150 health from that until he attacks, and it'll just all go away. Well, slowly, of course. I'm not gonna zip it all away, but yeah, I think hopefully this rework, like I said, the rework is here to make Spidey more viable in the meta game, besides the skins, because that's the only reason why you would want to play Spider-Man, right? The skins, the lore. If Spider-Man was a whole like different character, like if his name wasn't Spider-Man and he had that kit, nobody would want to play him, bro. Let's keep the beam. With that type of kit, nobody want to play him. People still don't want to play him now because he's either too hard to play, or no matter how much value you try to put into it, it's hard to get value. It's very niche in this meta, very, very niche, with all the counters coming into play and stuff like that. And hopefully these team ups really bring them up and make the counters not as punishing, off the rip. All right, but besides that, that's how we work the superior, spectacular, fantastic Spider-Man, man. If y'all enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment if you enjoyed. But besides that, it's your boy Pluto, Pesquino, and I'm out. Peace.